Disney kind of surprised us, shocked us maybe even, when they came out of nowhere a little while ago and announced that at the end of this year, we're getting a Moana 2. It's something we didn't even hear about, but they went into production on it. It's coming out at the end of the year. At CinemaCon a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago, they gave us a big presentation on Moana 2. Everything looks really good, very excited. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is already using his considerable social media might. I didn't realize, he's got almost 400 million followers on Instagram.
Damn.
Like, dear heavens. Anyway, so The Rock got on there, posted a picture of him in the sound booth. I don't know if he's singing or just yelling out some dialogue doing that. And he wrote this: bringing Maui back to life for Moana 2. So much fun becoming Maui again. A character that changed my life in many ways, including the character of Maui being inspired by my late grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia. A lot of people might forget that Rock's real name is, I think, Rocky Maivia. I think Rocky's his actual first name. Anyway, the Polynesian cultural significance of the role and our story has touched families around the world and has easily become one of my truest honors to bring to life and share. New characters, new journeys, new music. Excited for you and your families around the world to join us on this journey. You will feel the mana. So, listen, I have made no secret about it. I am a huge Moana fan. I still listen to the soundtrack. I'll go back and watch it maybe once a year. I just truly adore the film. I think it's one of the real big wins of the last couple of years. But when The Rock put up this post, it got some discussion going again about a conversation that kind of came up back when they first announced Moana 2, which is, why another sequel? If you guys will remember, just recently, Bob Iger announced a swath of new sequels coming out, including, but not limited to, Frozen 3? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Around 3? 3.
Yeah.
Frozen cubed. So, Frozen 3.
Oh, that kind of makes sense.
We got another Zootopia. Zootopia 2.
Hell yeah.
Another
Zootopia.
Toy Story.
Eh.
Toy Story 5.
Wait, John, did you get that?
What's that?
I said Tutopia.
Tutopia?
Tutopia 2
I think
what?
that will probably end up being the name that they put on. Ray's feeling it today. He's in the zone.
You know that was good.
He's not
It's gonna be
on
one of those days. He's already
Good
in the zone.
ideas. Good ideas. Just take time to ingest.
So
All right,
thin.
go ahead.
So, and of course now Moana 2. So the question becomes, is Disney just getting too much hooked on just doing the animated sequel stuff? Now, what I said to this before was, well, now wait a minute, time out. Before we give them too much trouble for having a string of sequels coming out, let's not forget they just went through a couple of year period where they gave us nothing but originals. Whether it was Luca, or whether it was Soul, or whether it was Turning Red, or whether it was Elemental, or whether it was, what was that terrible one? Strange World?
Strange World.
Yeah, Strange World. I mean, they literally put out a string of like 4 or 5 in a row that were purely original. And none of which did great, but that was kind of their own fault for dumping a number of them just straight on Disney Plus. So now we're sitting here and we have a situation where, okay, we've done a big string of originals. Now we feel like it's okay to put out a few sequels, regain the event status of a Disney or Pixar animated film. Because I think one of the things we all agree on was that one of the negative side effects of the Bob Chapek era, and they were taking a bunch of these Disney things and just dumping them straight on Disney Plus, was that Pixar films, and by extension Disney animation films, no longer felt like events.
Nah, they got kind of like cheapened.
Yeah, they got completely cheapened.
Yeah.
Right? So because it used to be when a new Pixar movie was coming out, that was something to circle on your calendar. Maybe not to the extent of a Marvel film back in its heyday, but a new Pixar film was coming out. That was something to circle on your calendar, get ready for. And now it's like, whatever, Pixar film, Disney Plus film. So I don't know, maybe they need these things to reestablish the idea of a Disney animation or a Pixar film is must watch, going out of the house, movie going event sort of thing. And these are the titles that can do it. Anyway, Chris, I know you and I have had, that discussion about whether or not they should be going with all these sequels or not. Hearing The Rock talk about it now, we've had a couple of months to digest this. What do you think about the upcoming slate? And is Moana just a pointless sequel or a needed continuation? How do you see it?
Definitely not pointless. We need more Moana. We need Moana. I love this movie so much. My husband loves this movie so much. This is one of his comfort films. If I'm out of town, Logan watches it, and he suspends his disbelief so much, he never knows if she's going to make it. She never knows if she's going to return the heart, and I love it. I think this is great. The first one was wonderful. I really hope that we have more Hey Hey the Chicken, because I just want more me, Ellen Tidick in this. I love that
Well,
work.
you'll be happy to hear that during the CinemaCon footage, there was significant amounts of Hey Hey.
Yes.
So I knew that would
my
make you happy.
gosh. That clip, if you haven't seen it, guys, of Alan just doing those different balks and then it laughing to himself going, I went to Juilliard. It's one of the best things that exists on the internet. It's so great. I think the first film was so wonderful and powerful. I'm really interested in the second. I'm most interested, though, in how the music's going to be different this time since Lin-Manuel Miranda is not involved in this.
Right.
That's going to be a big departure
Yeah.
because I feel like that was so intrinsically tied to just the tone and the vibe of the first film.
The Rock is writing all this music.
Oh, I love that for
Rock is
him.
writing all
What
the
can't he do? He's making tequila.
We're about to find out.
Gosh. If you thought the rap from The Little Mermaid was bad, just you wait. So I'm interested to see how that pans out. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. I think it should be a worthwhile part of this slate. I know that the sequels they feel a little over the top right now. I say it about every Toy Story. I don't know why we keep making them. And then they make a great film. But this feels earned.
Back to this Toy Story thing too. I again, I think it was like a week ago, I got into this discussion online about there's no need to make a Toy Story 5. Toy Story 4 tied everything off. Like even the extra stories that were there, they tied that off. They gave good ending. Don't need another one. But whenever that comes up, and that's true, that statement is true. But I think that statement was equally as true when they announced they were making Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
When a lot of people said the first one is perfect. You don't need another one. And then they made the second one. And in a lot of people's minds, it's even better than the first one. And then people said, then when they announced the Toy Story 3, same thing. We don't need a Toy Story 3. Toy Story 2, finish it off perfectly. We don't need any more. Then they made 3, and that movie became only the third animated film in history to get nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards.
That movie's perfect.
And it is also perfect.
So good.
And then they announced 4, and people said, we don't need 4. 3, again, was the perfect ending. We don't need another one. Then they made 4. Not as good as 3. But I really enjoyed myself watching Toy Story. I was charmed all over again. I love that they made that movie because I got to sit in a movie theater and watch it. I totally loved it. Basically, my take on it is this. Until they make one that sucks, I will totally welcome new Toy Story.
I want it to be like that Spaceballs bit, where it's the Rocky 5,000. I can do that with Toy Story as long as they're still good. Let's go.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Liquid IV. Summer is just around the corner, and Anna and I have some of our favorite activities coming up, from hiking, swimming, going camping. But in order to do all that, you gotta stay hydrated, because you need hydration that keeps up with every moment. Just a single stick of Liquid IV makes ordinary hydration extraordinary. And for me, preparing a glass is the easiest thing in the world. Simply open up a packet, pour it into your glass of water, and enjoy. And guys, there's a reason that Liquid IV is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. It has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. Just tear, pour, and live more. Just 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. With 8 vitamins and nutrients, non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. There's no artificial colors or sweeteners, and it's got 4 delicious sugar-free flavors: white peach, green grape, raspberry melon, and lemon lime. So turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code CAMPEA at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code CAMPEA at liquidiv.com. Anyway, question is for you guys. What do you make of all this? The Rock is starting to get up his big social media marketing machine for Moana 2 that's coming out in November. So it's not that far away. But it brings up the question again. Is this just a pointless sequel, or a needed continuation, or neither? it's just a movie, whether there's a 2 at the end of it or not. However you guys think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.